Welcome back, guys, to the latest Genocide Dolphins development video. It's been a long time, very long time. It's hard to even keep a track of things. I've had my head down and I've been working hard on this and on numerous projects to earn me money to support this. But what I'll explain here, as I speak, is I have my new AI, Radii, which is coming along drastically well, and I have like a spawn point here producing people every few seconds. At the moment it's just the same woman, but I aim to put these around and have unique people appearing soon. And what they all do is they all will go randomly around the city to specified points and kind of chat to each other, go to all the different businesses, all the bars and stuff. Obviously still not perfect. It looks perfect now, but you can see a woman there gliding along doing her waypoint animation that she shouldn't be doing. So I'm still debugging it, but I thought I'd do a little recording because it's been a long time and I wanted to show some progression and remember this state. But actually I've spent many months. What I thought at the beginning was easy thing to do, make the AI system. Well, initially I thought it would be like almost impossible, and then once I got started I thought it would be really easy, and then once I realized all of the thing an AI needs to do, things an AI needs to do, then I realized it was really difficult because you assume the hardest thing for an AI to be able to do is turn up and have a fight. Look, see, one of the good features is they sort of group together like this and they look like they're chatting when they work. And I'll vary up their animations and the positions where they can stand, and you can have little groups of people around. So that is particularly working well. Yeah, but some of the things that AI can do, like you think they turn up and they will just, punch you or shoot you. That seems like the most advanced thing until you get really involved in it. And then you realize there's a whole host of things, like they need to be able to just patrol around. They need to be able to idle in a way that is not repetitive. They need some sort of way of when they see you, they react differently. They're alerted, and then they need you need animations where before they've seen you and they're not doing anything. If they're not just standing there, breathing in and out, maybe they're sitting eating some chicken at a bench or something, and then they get alerted, and then you need transitions between all of these states, and then you need it when they're walking on a patrol. Even if you've specified the patrol paths, I've had a few beers by the way, that's why I'm struggling. Even if you've specified the waypoints along the patrol, you don't want it to be so boring that they just simply follow that. You want them to be able to do things at that point. So I've invented what I call waypoint events, which can be attached to waypoints or not. I'm sure that's not a new idea at all, but I'm rediscovering the world here in many ways. So at those waypoint events, you need them to be able to pause, wait there, do something new, go into an entirely new set of animations, perhaps just a totally new animator controller. These people are meant to be able to go in these doors here, but there's a bug at the moment where some of them don't. So they're meant to disappear in for a bit and then come out. Yeah, so you can give them a whole new animation controller. So they would then be able to just, without any logic or code, you can just go from one state to another. So you can transition between 15 different animations that are all designed to look like standing, drinking, standing, partying, whatever. You transition through all of them. That gives you a lot of time, because a game character, an NPC character, I'd say if the loop is greater than a minute or even 45 seconds, you're doing really well. So with Mechanim it's easy to string them all together like that. So you can use a waypoint event so that when someone gets somewhere, like you'll watch this woman here, currently she's just walking. She could move between different walks, but when she gets to the waypoint event, she moves to an animation controller, and as you can see it begins with her sort of folding her arms, and then she starts doing this sort of looking at you thing, and then she's supposed to be drinking there, right? I use an animation event there I will use an animation event there to spawn a whiskey glass into her hand and make it look like she's drinking, or something like that. You know, it never really works with drinks. They look like they're half sticking through people's faces, but this is the idea. So by using a waypoint event, now she's on a whole new animation controller. In fact, you know what? I'll show you if you're interested. So she is. It's a bit of a mess around here. She is the blue girl, and I'll drag in the inspector here so you can see my radii window. This is my actual radii script here, which controls everything, and it's quite a lot of shit, but and this is a good little window. You can really see what's happened. Every state has a little line that it prints so you can debug nicely. But if we look at the animation controller, normally I have a one that you can override in here, and the code does loads of funky stuff, but you can see it's actually on a one just called Standing Drunk. And if you look at that, it literally doesn't do anything but go from that animation to that animation to that animation there, and then back again. It's just a loop, allowing each one to play out. And they are what they say they are. Look, can't explain, cigar, sing and beer, stand idle. So if we put that alongside the scene window, and obviously these should and probably can and will be improved in a way, but you'd be very surprised how hard it is to find partying type animations of people drinking and smoking. So, is that the woman we were looking at? No, it was a different one, wasn't it? We were in Dog Orange, which is over here somewhere. It's hard when you've got a tiny window like this. Right, so we were looking at where's the game window gone? Looking at her there leaning on the bar, which is her, I guess. So we should see us, yeah. There's us, leering at her with a weird mask on. Scary looking bloke. But then we click on her parent object and go to her thing. So you can see now she's in Can't Explain. I'll put the game window over here just so it doesn't jump full. Will it jump full? Oh, it will. It's still on. No. Oh, now it's in the way. I can't turn off the maximize window. Right, turn off maximize play. Drag it alongside the animator. And when we play, you can actually see what state she's in. There you go. So now she's sing beer. Stand idle. And then she'll be coming up to stand, sip, drink. And you see the jittering is one of the major issues here as well. How do you stop them jittering? Because actually the swing beer there, whatever, and then back to Can't Explain, you see the loop. The jittering is them kind of being caught inside each other and pushing each other, fighting for the actual waypoint that they're meant to be at. So it's actually a happy accident that they look like they're all chilling and trying to talk. They're not. They're all focusing on the waypoint and trying to get to it. And 50% of the time they just sort of stop and it looks perfect. But another time, like this, possibly when the frame rate is going down, they look fine, but they're all jittering, and I don't know if it would really be acceptable in the game. So I'm going to get rid of all this animator bollocks and get back to the game. And there should be quite a few people milling about by now. So as you can see, they can go to different bars. There is bar people here. I don't know if I showed them. I showed them on the Facebook page. She's bugged, obviously. She should have swapped her animation controller properly back before leaving, and her. I was going to fix all this before the video, but I thought, you know, bugger it. It's getting there. And you can see most of them are actually working, and people can go in and out. But then there are people who are stuck. And there, again, that looks like, well, that doesn't, that looks unnatural, but some places it looks like a group of girls just chatting, and it looks really awesome. Like, for example, whoa, here, perhaps they're a bit close, and there is a bit of jittering. But yeah, work to be done. But as you can see, very smooth, tons of people. Before I had it producing one every second, for a long time, and you probably can't hear it because I've got it really low, but I actually have proper music in now from 2 different artists, and it's like really cool background music. It sounds awesome, and I made the decision last night to just have it like always going. Obviously you can toggle it with M, but it looks good. So another thing I've just been doing is, not just been doing, but I've spent a long time doing this actually. I've been working on the gun type play, and as you might notice, when you go into third person and you have a weapon, he's suddenly off center, mostly because you couldn't see the crosshair there. You couldn't actually aim and see what you wanted when his body is right in front. So if I go back to no weapon, you can see his crosshair is like in his spine. But this is because that's the only way I can really do cool parkour and jumping, is when I'm on center. But when you're shooting, and you're probably going to do less of that, you're a bit off center, and that leads to like cool sort of better animated stances and stuff. So I've just tried my gun on her. Oh yeah, that would. Whoa, that's a classic, that, isn't it? I was just killing people seconds ago. Very strange. And the muzzle flash is buggered with that one. Well, part of this demonstration was killing people. What the hell? Everyone's become immune. All I did was pause it. Oh, she died. Okay, so there's something going on. I'm going to go back to full screen here and try and get some speed back. There's a lot of messages popping up on the console. That slows it right down as well, I think. Alright, so for some reason most people don't die, which is kind of destroying the whole idea of my... Why did she die? My demo. And she dies as well, look, she gets hit anyway. Anyway, that's a bit baffling. And I can feel it slowing down now. It could be because it's producing so many bloody AI. But I wanted, it was running very smooth. Obviously combine the video in, it might be less, so anyway I'm going to find a little smoother room where I can show off a couple of new things I've developed. Where's the biggest little plane? And actually there's probably a lot of new buildings and adverts. There's so much actually now that is being put in since the last video that I can't remember, because I went home to the UK for 2 months and I wasn't going to record a video there because I was on my laptop and at my parents' place and stuff. So if you're a keen viewer, you'll notice a lot of new places. This is a new bar, a signal box, smallest bar in the game. You can come here, have a pint. What the fuck? Oh, that was me, sorry. That's what I'm about to demo. I keep pressing the wrong button. Yeah, well, I'm a bit baffled why suddenly I can't shoot people. But, oh, there's a train, look, whoa! So, one of the new things is the special moves. If you've been following the Facebook, you may have seen this, but, for example, I can do this. These are like going to be, these are Q and E. So you can do like these special moves and you kind of, it's like a hologram that shoots out of you. But also at the same time, heat-seeking rockets come out. If I do it in slow-mo, it's a lot better to see. Oh, it's not slow-mo. So it was based on the idea from Equilibrium, the gun kata type idea, if you've ever seen it, where he's shooting and using martial arts at the same time making them into punches and stuff. And I wanted to achieve that, and someone actually said on the Facebook that's what it reminds them of. So I was really happy. You can see the heat-seeking rockets. They're actually going towards the nearest item tagged as an enemy. So they're flying off somewhere there. And sometimes it's really bright, like that. Sometimes it's not. I haven't actually fully worked that out. It's a shader I'm using. And it might be a bit jarring the way he kind of teleports back to the location. But it's actually a really, really tough task to solve using UFPS and root motion and just the way controllers are. So you're either stuck using animations without root motion that just stay exactly where they are and they never really go into the distance and do anything funky. And that works for a while, and I was using that. If I press Q, for example, you can see one that kind of does that. He just floats up and like shoots, and you can also rotate the camera while this is happening. So that looks quite badass, like. And they are good, but there's very few animations that work like that. That's one of the very few, and I own probably about 15,000 animations at this point. The really, really cool animations, especially when the body is held back by UFPS, but I've circumvented that by turning off the scripts that control the body animation and that there. So this is actually just an animation playing, but in place. Whereas the really cool ones, you need the root motion like this. And then I spent a long time trying to sort of track the camera forward and track the character forward, but you actually can't because the root motion is in the character, and you can get the position of the root motion, but when you teleport the character to that position, then the root motion is that much further ahead, something like that. It was been a couple of weeks, and I gave up actually, and this is why I made it into kind of a hologrammatic type thing, where it needn't be really you. It's kind of just like a special power where you fire out a hologram like that, a bit like Total Recall or something like that when he uses that watch. You know, so for example, you can actually go through walls with it, just like you could in Total Recall, I guess, if you used that thing. And that all of them limitations kind of spawn this, and the only downside is obviously this bit where he teleports back. But I actually don't mind that so much. In fast motion, it just looks like a weird leap, and you probably put other swooping things on his arms and that, and I don't know. It could look cool. I think it looks really awesome, actually. So even though I can't kill those pedestrians, I'm gonna. There's a thug down here who should be after me, and there's new stuff like this is going to be a bar called Drink Bot, where you sit on like these little pipe bits here that come out of the pipes, and this bot comes along and just fires beer into your face. So these three women will be getting like, well, one of them just teleported. Will be getting like beer fired into them, and there's seats way up in the sky where you kind of sit up there above the street, probably dangerous, and it'll fire up. What the hell? It'll fire beer at you. There's Mr. Bartender. This is a new bar based on a bar in Shaoliucho in Taiwan, which I just visited on a short break with my friend Paul. Tea bar. This is the beginnings of a bar that I actually frequent all the time, 3-4 times a week. A lot of these pictures are real, and some of it is real, like the painting on the wall and that, and the painting on here. It's a funny looking little pub in Taipei City. If you ever get down that way, drop me a message. And you have like, oh, this is the alley where the thug is. Yeah, this alley. He should see me, and I kind of want to put the sound up in a way, but you might be able to hear it, because he has a nice thudding sound when he batters my metal. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, he has seen me. I was going to say, don't tell me there's a bug here. Oh, you didn't seem to be able to move? Oh, I can. Okay. So you can see there, he's able to chase me and hit me. As usual, he seems to be performing worse than he normally would, but normally he's probably smart. What the hell what happens? But yeah, you can see he's pretty good. My octopus is red there, indicating that I'm about to die when he hits me. So he's using the new AI, and he can have alternative chase animations. He should know where I am. I can turn that off, but he should come around that corner after me. So you can have alternative animations. You can have infinite animations in Radii for anything, any move. And here he comes. So you can see he's actually alternating between running and raising his bat and rolling and jumping, which doesn't actually look that great right now, but you can imagine the possibilities if you get the right animations. And when he attacks me, I think he's got 3 or 4 animations. That one there where he jumps and hits. And then that one where he swings forward. No, he's stumped here. I don't know why he's doing that. And that one where he swings. But you can have as many as you want. He seems to be getting stuck, actually. I think I've only tested this bloke in a small environment, so I'm assuming his collider is actually possibly very big. Ooh. But you can see it's actually working pretty well. That's obviously my melee code and my multiple animation support, which I've just added. He's going to come and find me. You can see him down there. Yeah, I think his I think his collider is so big that he's catching on things. But he'll use this stupid jump up here, yeah. I'll come up this tunnel. And I might have it so he batters people like her who are in the way, instead of letting them slow him down. He'll come out here and attack me. But yeah, it was only one animation per state at one point, and then it got really complicated with animation controllers and loads of little techniques. But yeah, I finally got it working, and I think that was one of the lacking points in a lot of the animation systems, is that you can't use infinite animations. There's a taxi down there too, as you see on top of Germans here. Well, this is the Lovers Teshy Club in here. Can't tell, it's too bright. But I don't know if the taxi will actually work, and I don't know if I've demonstrated in the video. I must have, but it used to work. I'm not going to get in it right now, but yeah, you'll be able to get in that. And they're quite rare. And I do really get enjoyment from seeing this guy batter me around. He does seem to be struggling there, though. I don't know what that really is. Because I had a really simple test room, and he had no problems with the terrain there. He could be stuck on... Looks like he's stuck on something invisible, but can I hit that? No. Let's go in here. On the stairs. I'll fight you on the stairs, thug. No, there's something weird about him there. He's not normally doing that. But I haven't really had the time to test. Oh, he battered me there though. Yeah, he's struggling to turn, and maybe the height here. Oh. Anyway, I'm pretty happy with it. As you can see, it's actually brilliant. It just needs a little bit of polish, and the navigating people want to sort of tinker with them a little bit. It'll be great. And this guy, I don't know, I never really seen him behave this dumb. It looks he's doing a bit better now. Yeah, that weird jump there. I'm going to lead him to I'll lead him up well, I can't lead him anywhere if he's going to do that, can I? What's wrong with you? Idiot! Swear to God, I mean, I say this every time, but he was amazing. Yesterday I was like, oh, I've invented AAA AI, and today he's doing that? I was going to lead him up there and like batter him, but he's misbehaving. I'm having to like walk into him. This feels like the old days. I wonder if he's missing frames because there's so many AIs. There's like 200 in this level right now. He's behaving really odd. I might pause it and just bring it back with just him. Actually, I'll go to my test level for now. Oh wait. I'll try. Oh, why is it so slow? I'll try killing him and a few others first. So, yeah, he takes bullets, gets hit. He's got actually quite high health. Come on, punk. Yeah, he takes bullets, gets hit, and dies properly. So that's that demoed, and so did she. So yeah, there's a bug somewhere. Invincible woman. You can see a new bar here. This is for deer disliker, He hates deer so much that he keeps one like in a glass cage like this as his logo. And he's got a little truck bar here selling alcohol, much like the little truck bars in Kending. He's actually based on a guy in Kending who looks, well, a little bit like him to a minor degree, and once told us he didn't like a sailor walking around, a man dressed as a sailor walking around with a deer, and we asked him to do that, what did he think of it, and he was like, no, I don't like it. And we said, like, what, the sailor or like the deer? And he was like, the deer, I don't like it. So yeah, that was how the deer disliker was born. Look at these girls. That model's me. That's meant to be me. Behind drinking. So I'm chilling out watching these blue women. In 3 ways. One through him, one through the player, and one through me. In real life. What else is new? But as you can see, it's teeming with... Oh, there should be loads of people in there, you would have thought. Teeming with madness. Was before, anyway, when I had one every second coming on. Oh, we were girls. I've got darts to play. Yeah, I was going to show my other test level where he's a bit more smarter, wasn't I? I might just turn on... No, I'll do that. I hate waiting for loading. That's the main issue. But I think I've showed a lot here. We have Legend Chicken Chops, Dog Orange, and through here there's actually a, if you type the password, which is password, there's a little hot spring place here, Jiaoxi Hot Springs. You can't get through there, you need the fire axe, which I happen to have. Is it the Metropole? Yeah, the Metropole. And you can break the door. There's also a thing there to get a weapon. Bear in mind that all them special effects work with all weapons. Ooh, you can't see the actual gun in third person. Well, you can actually. Oh, yeah, you can see it in third person. Third person is coming together, definitely. It's too much work to do first and third person, to be honest. It's a crazy endeavour. I like the way he holds that. I've never seen that though. But it's addictive, and once you do it, you can't go back. But yeah, this is Jiaoxi Hot Spring. So there'll be some dude you can chill in the water with here, have some meaningful moment. Tiny little scene, really. But anyway, I was a bit inspired by, well, local areas, but also that game last night in something. The last night, there's a bit where he's in a hot spring talking to like a big fat gangster, and I just thought, oh, that's cool. I want a scene like that in my trailer. So yeah, this can be it. I'll put someone grotesque in there. That's pretty awesome, isn't it? It's coming along, that technique, that thing, and the third person and all that is, as you can see, he looks a lot cooler. He's got different runs. Someone just went in there. Oh, she's suddenly immune to bullets. She wasn't a second ago. Sometimes the hands are all over the place. Like, there's so much to go wrong. Yeah, like, no excuse for the invincible women. I was massacring them like her. Yeah, but that was when I thought, oh, this is too good to be true. I'll make a bloody video, and I tried to do a few tweaks, blah 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 blah. You can see it is getting there. But it's a bit baffling. Little food stands. Guess we should take a trip to the other city, although I don't know what will happen to the people here. I don't want to leave them to die. They'll die here without me. As soon as I turn off the ecosystem, what will happen if I turn off the city? They still exist, but I don't know where they go because they usually seem to disappear. First of all, let's check if you can chuck Molotov cocktails at them yet. I did actually try this earlier and I know the answer is no. But it would be genius. I can't wait to... She's burning. Can't wait to see them all go perish. Ooh. Fuck it, we'll go to another city. It's a good test of the AI. And they won't die, which means they're out there. And when we come here recording, it's slow. But when we're not recording, it's not slow. This is not a slow city. Till I record. And it's a shame because a lot has actually changed. Watch when we go back through. And maybe it just needs a serious optimization. That city. Or maybe I know what's happened. All the AIs have like lost their nav mesh, and now I'm going to be flooded with errors. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, so it's just reloading right now. I've turned off the creation of AIs, so there's only going to be one, which means you should be able to go to that city without any errors. And you'll note that it is on the lowest quality humanly possible. I don't know if I said that. Which means it's up to 8 or 16 times worse. And the speed is amazing. But as soon as I crank that bloody memory up, it's a nightmare. But I only got 16 gig in this new PC, so I'm trying to buy another 32 or at least 16 if I can afford it. That'll be good. And then I think I'll be able to crank the up a bit. Oh, so okay, so it's working now. So I don't think I got to demo this last time because it went exceedingly slow last time, possibly for exactly the same reason, and I just didn't notice. But this city has changed a lot. This is the old town of Algol, which used to be very different. It used to be just neon floors, and there was a big multicolored nightclub here, and it was quite garish is probably the word. My style back then was a lot different to now. I guess it's just because I didn't know how to do it all, and I thought this is the only way I'm going to get away with it. And now it's almost, it's not photorealistic, but it's becoming more like a normal game, and in some ways I pine for the days when it did look a bit more wild and wacky, but people still tell me it looks wild and wacky, so I think that's still good. But yeah, I do miss those days in a way. But actually my ambition is to create something. My ambition grew as I got to know Unity, and my ambitions were to make something a lot better than actually what my vision initially was for Genocide Dolphins. I actually didn't have a vision as good as this and as deep as this, and I think this is the opportunity to do it right. There's no point in making a lesser game. These are all paid for little stalls, by the way, which need a lot of customization, but they weren't cheap, and I love them. and they look great, but these are just off-the-shelf things which need a bit of tweaking. But yeah, I think if you get the opportunity to make a game like this, and you have the vision, and you are excited by it every day, and you also have the money to buy shitloads of assets, let's be real, I've now spent over 30,000 US on assets. There's a prostitute from the early red light district that was here, which is now in the other city. You see, you still find things. I still find like old revolvers and things like that. And whoa, shit from the old days. It's like a real city. It evolves. Things change. There's evidence of some things sometimes. But as you can see, it has really changed a lot. And I think ultimately for the best. Like I was saying just before, it's a bit more complex. And possibly less surreal. I don't know. I just like things with ridiculous styles. And I started out trying to make a kind of Killer 7 style, toon shaded weird thing, but it's evolved back into this, and in a way I think it's because I thought I probably wasn't capable of doing something like this, and once given the opportunity and realising that I could, because Unity is awesome, kicks ass. I'm back in the Unity love mood, by the way, so there'll be no Unity slagging at the moment, and so that's just the way it's gone. And here is the original world that you've probably seen a billion times. All that shit in the sky, that's from another city. That'll be turned off. But things have changed a bit around here, but yeah, more or less the same. You can swim in here. I don't know if I've ever demoed that. Looks like my swim animation's broken. It's jumped now. And there's a little cave in here, and you can actually go in there. I'm not going to go in right now, but you can. Looks like my water animations broke too. There was water on the lens. Yeah, you break a lot of things. I had to delete a lot of shaders the other day because I was so well past the limit. Everything needs to get fixed constantly. So this area down here, wide open, has had quite a lot of development to it. This area here, it's kind of shanty town, cyberpunk Asia shanty town area with a lot of rubbish now, pipe work. Actually looks way better than it used to, doesn't it? A lot of it does, and there's still a lot of work to do. It's amazing how much effort you have to put in to make these things look exactly how you want them, and to the point where you're like, I'm not going to mess with that anymore, it looks great. You could go on forever, really. I think. Well, there must be a point where you stop. There's been a visible wall there. Some new skyscrapers, sets of steps. Music's great if you can hear it. Music is actually really atmospheric and awesome. Uh-oh, that's the old bug. Been there since the beginning. How many years has that bug been there? 7 or 8. Whee! And I want to use that little teleport back as a kind of grapple hook mechanism if I ever work out how it's happening, because it's not actually deliberate. But yeah, I mean, we'll have a quick look down on World's End. Which hasn't actually changed much and probably needs a major upgrade. Although the vistas behind and in the sky, like if you look up there, it looks so much better. That used to be just blank sky. Now you can see tall skyscrapers and rotating and moving signs, and up here you can see the plates underneath of the whole top bit are like all different machinery and pipes and things like that. So much work gone into that. Like all the edges now, for example, have proper, as you can see here, like proper girders and that all the way along. There's no just stupid straight edges. All of the things that are above you are not just flat platforms, they're actual, look like machinery like that. So it all sort of blends into seeming like a sort of, Jesus, a city kind of built into an asteroid, but also built into a spaceship, or more likely just a spaceship, or something like that. It's a mixture of rock and space parts, spacecraft parts. So, oh no, I thought I'd nearly ran into that exact same book. So what I'm going to do is go to a teleporter and go to, I don't know even if there's any point in going to Topaz, because I've showed Topaz loads of times actually. There's probably more new bits in Substate. I worked 2 months on Substate when I was back. I'll have a quick run through here. I feel like this one has been heavily featured in the not too distant past, so I'm just going to jog through. Yeah, there's no to see here. Back into Substate. So I'm sure I've showed the Golden Guy, which is just these little Japanese thin streets many times. Well, bear in mind the light is not actually baked, and neither are the reflection probes, which is why everything looks a bit off, as well as being on like 8 times lower quality. But as I said, I just want to get this video out. But this street, for example, was totally done in the UK, I think. But that's a bit big, but that's going to be a Taiwanese beetle nut stall. And you've got like a snake alley sign there. It's an area in Taipei, and there's a couple of in-jokes, a couple of famous Taiwan sort of things there that you might know if you're into the neon light scene. And there's bars here like Laser Sausage. This one is called The Slightly Curious Snail and what is it called? I can't even remember what I called it. The Slightly Curious Snail and something tavern. Wig. The Slightly Curious Snail and Wig Tavern. Yeah, I was in a weird mood when I named these, I tell you. This one's called Toolbox, Dog Chew and Hairdresser. Oh, that's a little sign that I forgot to show my girlfriend, Miss Ting. That's a little reference for her. Got the corner pit down here. Like I say, 8 times low res, otherwise. There's loads of quips written on these walls, and they're actually relatively funny. And there'll be bouncers stand out there, and there'll be people going in and out. Korean Boss bar. Sign there for English Tier. Chow Bars. Malibu West. The Green Door. As you can see, this has all been like intricately done. Actually, a lot of time and effort. It looks only good in high res, but it would be passable, you know, on a scoop moto, on an old, on a mobile or something. But yeah, on a PC, these are all too low res. But once I get me RAM, next video will look a lot better. And there's a little. Is he going to be here again? No. There's a little area around here now with shops. It's like a little strip on the space front, shall we call it? I know we should go up there. I don't know what's changed up here, but as I always say, it's hard. You sum up what you've done in minutes. You look at it and you think, God, that's a year's worth of work. It'll be amazing to showcase that. But it's done in a heartbeat. Sinbergs, people can go in and out of there. We've seen the red light district, we've seen all this. There is a town in here, but I haven't really got around to making it proper, so I'm not going to go in there. I did a bit of work on Alchemist. I don't know if it's activated, but the chef in here, he's gone. I must have turned him off. He comes out and he serves these tables randomly, different food and stuff. Again, using my new AI system. And I'm shocked, but that could be it, really. Yeah. Well, I guess that's why they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, because I just need to step in one of these restaurants and you're like, yeah, seen it, but it takes weeks to do. I'm going to jump off here and take a side look back at the neon, which you would only see if you're coming in a spacecraft. There it is. And that is going to be the end of the video once he dies.